Kale lay motionless in the scorching desert of Zarthan, its scales scorched and torn from the failed rebellion. The alien had once ruled the northern territories, feared by all who dwelled on the planet. Now it was weak, abandoned by its kin, left to face death alone. The wind swept across the jagged rocks, carrying dust that stung Kale's eyes. Despite its injuries, a stubborn spark of life remained, and the alien slowly dragged itself toward shelter among the broken cliffs. Kale's mind wandered back to the uprising that had led to its downfall. Its kind had betrayed it, deeming it too dangerous and unpredictable. The other creatures had seen weakness as an opportunity, and Kale had been cast aside. Hunger gnawed at its stomach, but survival instincts outweighed pain. Every movement was slow and deliberate, every breath a reminder that life still clung stubbornly to its body not far above the desert. A small human ship pierced the thin atmosphere. Captain Alex Morgan adjusted the controls, scanning the barren landscape below. His partner, biologist Lily Harper, peered through the observation window, fascinated by the alien world. Zarthan was unlike anything they had studied before. Red rocks and deep canyons stretched as far as the eye could see. Strange dust storms whipped across the land, and the faint glimmer of life could be seen in isolated patches. "Looks empty," Alex said, frowning. "But sensors show something moving. Could be wildlife, maybe a predator." Lily adjusted her equipment, excited. "Whatever it is, it's unique. We have to get closer." The ship landed near a shallow canyon. The ground shook slightly under its weight, sending up clouds of reddish dust. Alex and Lily stepped out in protective suits, scanning for danger. Their boots sank into the soft sand as they moved carefully through the rocky terrain. Kale watched from a distance, its golden eyes narrowing. It recognized the strange two-legged creatures, not entirely unlike smaller, weaker versions of some alien species it had encountered before. They were curious but cautious, which intrigued Kale. Its body ached, but the thought of observing these new arrivals sparked a sense of purpose. Maybe, just maybe, they could help it survive as the humans explored. Lily collected samples of plants and rocks, noting peculiar growths that seemed to thrive in the harsh environment. Alex moved cautiously, keeping an eye on their surroundings. Neither noticed the faint tracks in the sand, nor the shadow that flitted between the rocks. Kale had been hiding, but hunger forced it to hunt. It crept silently toward a cluster of small creatures that resembled lizards, capturing one with a swift motion. The taste of food revitalized its strength slightly. Its muscles, though still sore, regained some of their former power. Kale could feel the old predator instincts returning. It had survived this long. It would survive longer. The humans had set up a temporary base near a small cliff. Alex checked their equipment, making sure communications were stable. Lily continued collecting samples, occasionally noting the unusual patterns of the local wildlife. She sensed something watching them, but could not pinpoint it. A shiver ran down her spine, but curiosity won over fear. Kale observed them closely, noticing their intelligence. They did not move like typical prey or predator. They examined, they studied, they adapted. The alien beast felt a strange kinship with these humans. They were survivors, explorers, just as it had once been a ruler and fighter. Its mind calculated possibilities. They might be able to help, or at least they could be useful in navigating this new, harsh world. Night fell quickly on Zarthan. The temperature dropped, and the desert became eerie under the pale light of twin moons. Kale found a shadowed crevice to rest in, curling its massive body against the cold stone. Its breathing slowed, but its mind remained alert. The humans' lights flickered from their base, small beacons in the darkness. Kale's eyes glinted as it studied them, trying to understand their habits and weaknesses. Back at the base, Alex and Lily settled in for the night. Their communication system picked up faint signals from deep within the canyon, signals they could not identify. Alex frowned, trying to interpret the data. Lily's excitement grew. She was certain the signs were of intelligent life, something large enough to produce such readings. Neither suspected that the source was so close, yet so hidden. Kale, though tired, could not sleep. Its body demanded rest, but its mind was focused on these new creatures. Hunger and pain were constant companions, but curiosity and a hint of hope drove it onward. Kale silently vowed to follow the humans from a distance, to learn more about them before making a move. The first day on Zarthan had passed. The humans were cautious but fascinated. Kale was wary but calculating. In the vast emptiness of the planet, two forms of life, one human and one alien, began a silent dance of observation. Neither fully understood the other yet, but an invisible thread of destiny had begun to weave between them. As dawn approached, Kale moved silently across the rocks, keeping its distance. The humans began their day, unaware of the watchful eyes hidden among the cliffs. Kale felt the first stirrings of a plan forming in its mind. It had been left for dead, cast aside by its own kind, but it was far from finished. Something about these humans sparked a desire not only to survive, but to rise again. The desert wind blew harshly, carrying dust and the scent of alien flora. Kale paused, listening. A distant rumble suggested the planet itself was alive with movement. Alex and Lily continued their research, oblivious to the predator that followed their every step. Kale felt a strange mix of caution and hope. Perhaps these humans were the key to its return, the key to proving that even a creature left for dead could still shape the future. As the sun rose higher, Kale retreated to the shadows, waiting and watching. The planet was vast and dangerous, but the alien beast was learning once again how to navigate its treacherous paths. Somewhere deep inside, a spark of determination burned. Kale would survive. Kale would endure. And maybe, just maybe, Kale would find allies in the most unexpected form. Humans. Kale had regained some of its strength after the first day. The alien beast moved cautiously across the barren landscape, its golden eyes scanning every shadow and crevice. Hunger still gnawed at it, but survival instincts sharpened with every movement. The humans were still nearby, setting up sensors and collecting samples, unaware of the predator that watched them from the cliffs. Kale observed quietly, studying their patterns and behavior. They were clever, cautious, and surprisingly adaptable. Captain Alex Morgan adjusted the sensors, noting unusual readings from the area near the cliffs. "These readings don't match any wildlife we've encountered," he said to Lily Harper. "Could be a new species, maybe something intelligent." Lily's eyes sparkled with excitement. "We need to get closer, but carefully. Whatever it is, it could be dangerous." They moved slowly, careful not to disturb the terrain more than necessary. Kale followed silently, maintaining distance, but intrigued by these humans. Unlike other creatures on Zarthan, the humans seemed curious rather than aggressive. Kale felt a strange pull toward them, an instinct it didn't fully understand. The beast had been left for dead, betrayed by its own kind, yet here were new beings, strong in their own way, surviving in this harsh environment. During their exploration, Lily discovered strange alien plants that shimmered under the sunlight. She carefully collected samples, noting their unique properties. Alex checked the surroundings, his military training keeping him alert for any signs of danger. They were unaware that Kale had moved closer, its massive form hidden by the rocky terrain. Its presence was a silent observation, a living shadow watching them adapt to Zarthan's unforgiving landscape. Suddenly, a small sandstorm swept through the canyon. The wind whipped violently, making it difficult for the humans to continue their work. Kale used the chaos to its advantage, moving closer without being detected. It watched as Alex and Lily struggled against the wind, their determination evident. Cale recognized a strength in them, a will to survive, which sparked a flicker of trust. Night came again, and the temperature dropped sharply. Cale retreated to a small cave near the cliffs, its body resting, but its mind alert. The humans had lit a small campfire, providing warmth and light. Cale observed from the shadows, curious about their tools and the way they communicated. They were different from the aliens Cale had known, fragile, yet intelligent, vulnerable, yet resourceful. Alex and Lily discussed the unusual readings they had encountered. "Whatever is out there, it's not just a normal predator," Alex said. "It might be intelligent. We need to approach carefully tomorrow." Lily nodded. "I agree. But there's something about this planet. It feels alive in ways we haven't seen before." Cale listened, understanding only partially, but sensing that these humans had a connection to the planet that went beyond mere observation. Over the next few days, Cale followed the humans more closely. It learned their routines, noting when they were most vulnerable and when they were strong. The beast began to recognize patterns, and a silent plan formed in its mind. Cale could survive on its own, but these humans offered an unexpected advantage, a potential ally in a world that had abandoned it. Its instincts told it to approach carefully, to test the humans' reactions before revealing its presence. One evening, as the twin moons rose over the horizon, Cale observed a small creature threatening the humans' camp. Without hesitation, it leaped from the shadows, scaring the creature away. Alex and Lily froze, startled by the sudden appearance of a massive silhouette, but the creature did not attack them. Instead, it retreated into the darkness, leaving only a hint of its presence. The humans exchanged uneasy glances, unsure what they had seen. "This planet is full of surprises," Lily whispered, still shaken. Alex nodded, trying to rationalize what had happened. They didn't know that Cale had tested them, gauging their reactions and deciding that they were not immediate threats. The alien beast had recognized their intelligence and potential, and a fragile trust began to form. Silent and unspoken, Cale continued to shadow the humans, learning their strengths and weaknesses. It became clear that these humans were different from any creature Cale had encountered. They were resourceful, adaptable, and resilient. And for the first time since being left for dead, Cale felt a sense of purpose beyond mere survival. Perhaps these humans were the key to something greater, a chance to regain power, to find allies, and to rise again in a universe that had turned against it. As part 2 of this story closes, Cale is no longer just a wounded beast struggling to survive. It is an observer, a strategist, and a potential ally to the humans who have unknowingly entered its world. The foundations for an uneasy alliance are laid, and the stage is set for encounters that will test trust, courage, and the bond between human and alien. Cale had grown stronger in the days following the humans' arrival. The desert of Zarthan, once a place of death, had become a proving ground. Every movement, every hunt, sharpened its instincts. But Cale was no longer alone in its awareness. The humans had become part of its thoughts, their behavior and intelligence sparking curiosity and caution. Captain Alex Morgan and Lily Harper were making daily surveys of the planet when the first sign of danger appeared. A group of Velari, a ruthless alien species, descended on the landscape, their ships cutting through the sky with menacing precision. The Velari were notorious for capturing creatures to use as weapons, and their sensors immediately locked on to Cale. Alex and Lily witnessed the attack from a distance, their eyes wide with fear and disbelief. "Those creatures, they're not native," Alex whispered. "And they're after something. Or someone." Lily squinted at the approaching alien ships. "We can't just leave them. We have to warn anyone or anything that's out there." Cale had sensed the Velari long before the humans did. It crouched low, muscles tensed, ready to strike if necessary. But for the first time, Kale hesitated. These humans, strange and fragile, were in danger. Something within the beast urged it to intervene, to test a fragile alliance with these creatures, unlike any it had met. The Velari landed, their armored forms moving quickly toward the humans' temporary base. Alex and Lily tried to run, but found themselves cornered against a rocky outcrop. Just as the Velari prepared to capture them, Kale leaped from the shadows. Its massive body crashed through the sand, claws tearing into the Velari attackers. The humans froze, stunned by the sheer power and speed of the alien beast. Kale's roar echoed across the canyon, sending the Velari into a temporary retreat. Alex and Lily stared, awe and fear mingling in their expressions. The beast did not attack them, only the invaders, its golden eyes blazing with intensity. Slowly, the humans realized that Kale was not merely a wild predator, it was a protector, at least in this moment. After the Velari withdrew, Kale retreated into the shadows, watching the humans cautiously. Alex stepped forward, raising his hands in a gesture of peace. Lily mirrored him, her voice calm but filled with wonder. "You saved us. Why?" she asked softly. Kale did not answer. Its survival instincts demanded trust first, not words. Over the next several days, the humans and Kale began a delicate dance of mutual understanding. Alex and Lily observed from a distance, noting Kale's behavior and learning to recognize its intentions. Kale, in turn, studied the humans, aware of their resourcefulness and intelligence. Though communication was limited to gestures and observation, a bond began to form. The alien beast realized that these humans could be allies, not threats. Together, they began to prepare for the inevitable return of the Velari. Kale taught the humans how to use the terrain to their advantage, pointing them toward natural traps and hiding spots. Alex and Lily shared knowledge of their technology and tools, creating makeshift defenses. Each day, Kale's respect for the humans grew. Their courage, ingenuity, and determination mirrored traits Kale had once admired in leaders of its own kind. One evening, as the twin moons rose over the jagged horizon, the Velari returned, stronger and more determined. This time, Kale did not hide. It led the humans in a coordinated defense, using its strength and speed to protect them, while Alex and Lily implemented their strategies. The battle was intense, with sand and dust flying, rocks crashing, and the roar of Kale shaking the canyon walls in the heat of the battle. Alex realized that Kale was not only fighting for itself, but for the humans who had shown it understanding and respect. Lily marveled at the bond forming between alien and human, a connection forged in the crucible of survival. Together, they outmaneuvered the Velari, forcing the invaders to retreat once more. As the dust settled, Kale stood among the rocks, its body battered but its spirit unbroken. The humans approached cautiously, their eyes filled with gratitude and newfound trust. Alex extended a hand, not in command, but in recognition of an equal. Kale, sensing the gesture, acknowledged it in its own way, a silent promise of alliance. The encounter with the Velari marked a turning point. Kale was no longer just a wounded beast left for dead. It was a protector, a strategist, and a partner to the humans. Alex and Lily understood that survival on Zarthan would require cooperation, courage, and trust, and they had found both in the most unlikely ally. The stage was set for greater challenges ahead. Kale, once abandoned and scorned, had found purpose once more, and the humans had gained a formidable ally. The future of Zarthan would not be determined by strength alone, but by the bond between species, a testament to the power of trust, courage, and unexpected friendship. After their first major confrontation with the Velari, Kale and the humans began working together more openly. The bond between them grew stronger, built on trust and mutual need. Kale had learned to observe and protect, while Alex and Lily had learned to understand and anticipate Kale's movements. Together, they were more than the sum of their parts. A fragile yet effective team. The desert of Zarthan was unforgiving, and survival required constant vigilance. Kale taught the humans to navigate hidden pathways, to avoid natural traps, and to anticipate the movements of the Velari. Alex and Lily, in return, shared their technological knowledge, creating devices that amplified Kale's natural abilities and allowed the team to plan more sophisticated defenses. Kale's strength grew with each passing day. Its muscles, once weakened from betrayal and abandonment, were now honed for precision and power. It moved with confidence, stalking the rocky canyons and cliffs with the ease of a master hunter. Alex and Lily began to understand Kale's instincts, recognizing subtle signs that indicated both danger and opportunity. Communication was silent but effective. Gestures, glances, and shared actions created a language of trust that no words could convey. One day, while surveying a canyon, Lily discovered evidence of the Velari's return. Tracks in the sand, remnants of alien machinery, and faint signals all pointed to a planned attack. Alex quickly devised a strategy to use the terrain against their enemies. Kale's role was central. Its size, strength, and agility could turn the tide if coordinated with the humans' tactics. As they prepared, Kale's past became clearer to the humans. Through observation and instinct, they realized that Kale had once been a leader among its kind, betrayed and left for dead. Lily, fascinated, documented its movements and behavior, recognizing intelligence and strategy in its actions. Alex, practical and cautious, respected Kale's experience and adaptability. Together, they formed a plan that relied on both human ingenuity and Kale's raw power. The next attack came with little warning. The Velari landed in force, determined to capture Kale and eliminate the humans. The battle unfolded across the jagged cliffs and rocky outcrops. Kale moved with precision, striking down Velari soldiers and disrupting their formations. Alex and Lily executed their strategies flawlessly, using traps, terrain, and technology to support Kale's efforts. As the fight raged, Kale and the humans demonstrated a rare synergy. The alien beast understood the humans' intentions before they acted, anticipating their moves and adjusting its own. The humans, in turn, predicted Kale's actions, creating coordinated attacks that maximized efficiency and minimized risk. It was a dance of survival, each relying on the other in ways that transcended species. After hours of intense conflict, the Velari retreated, their forces diminished and morale shattered. Kale stood among the rocks, battered but victorious. The humans approached, offering gestures of gratitude and recognition. The battle had changed more than the immediate outcome. It had solidified a partnership built on trust, respect, and shared purpose. In the quiet aftermath, Kale rested near the humans' temporary camp. Alex and Lily sat nearby, reflecting on the events. "We've survived because of each other," Alex said softly. Lily nodded, adding, "We couldn't have done this without Kale." And Kale, "It's more than a beast. It's a strategist, a protector." Kale watched them, sensing the truth in their words. For the first time since being abandoned, it felt valued, understood, and necessary. Its past betrayal and isolation faded into memory, replaced by a renewed sense of purpose. It was no longer alone, and the humans had become more than companions. They were allies and friends. As night fell on Zarthan, the trio looked toward the horizon, knowing that the Velari might return, but confident in their newfound strength and unity. Kale, once left for dead, had risen again, not just to survive, but to protect and fight alongside beings who had shown it trust and respect. The bond between human and alien had become a force, capable of shaping the future of the planet. Part 4 closed with a sense of determination and hope. Kale and the humans were prepared for the challenges ahead, united in purpose and strengthened by mutual understanding. Together, they would face whatever the Valari, or the harsh environment of Zarthan, could throw at them, proving that survival was not only about strength, but also about trust, cooperation, and the courage to stand together. The final battle began as the Valari launched their most powerful attack yet. Their ships darkened the sky, and their soldiers advanced with relentless determination. Kale, Alex, and Lily stood ready on the rocky plateau, the wind whipping across the cliffs and carrying the tension of the coming conflict. Kale's muscles tensed, its golden eyes scanning the enemy, every sense alert and primed for action. Alex and Lily had prepared traps and defensive strategies, working in sync with Kale's movements. The bond between them had grown strong. They trusted Kale completely, and Kale, in turn, relied on the human's intelligence and adaptability. This final confrontation would not be decided by brute strength alone, but by teamwork and strategy. The Valari charged, expecting to overpower Kale and the humans with numbers and firepower. Kale struck first, leaping from the shadows with precision and ferocity, scattering enemy ranks and disrupting their formations. Alex and Lily moved strategically, triggering traps and using the terrain to their advantage. Every action was coordinated, every movement timed with Kale's attacks. The battlefield became a complex dance of power and intelligence. Hours passed with relentless intensity. The Valari, once confident, found themselves outmatched by the unexpected combination of human ingenuity and Kale's strength. Rocks fell, energy blasts ricocheted, and the alien beast roared across the plateau, its presence both terrifying and awe-inspiring. Alex and Lily fought with determination, inspired by Kale's courage and skill. In a decisive moment, Kale and the humans executed a coordinated maneuver that trapped the Valari forces. Using the landscape, their traps, and Kale's raw power, they forced the enemy into a confined R. Where escape was impossible. One by one, the Valari were neutralized, their attack broken, their morale shattered. The once mighty invaders were defeated, their ships retreating into the horizon, leaving Zarthan in silence. As the dust settled, Kale stood on the plateau, its body battered but victorious. Alex and Lily approached cautiously, their expressions a mix of relief and admiration. They had witnessed Kale's full power and intelligence, and they understood that this creature, once left for dead, had proven itself as an ally and protector. The humans extended gestures of friendship and respect, and Kale, sensing their sincerity, acknowledged them in its own way. In the days that followed, Kale, Alex, and Lily explored Zarthan together, surveying the planet and documenting its unique life forms. Kale's knowledge of the terrain, combined with the human's scientific expertise, allowed them to uncover hidden areas, discover resources, and better understand the planet's ecosystem. Their partnership became a symbol of cooperation and unity across species. Kale's past betrayal and isolation had shaped it into a survivor, but the trust and friendship of the humans had given it new purpose. Alex and Lily, in turn, had learned that strength alone was not enough. Understanding, respect, and courage could forge bonds capable of overcoming even the deadliest threats. Together, they had reshaped the fate of Zarthan, and proven that even those left for dead could rise again. As they stood atop a cliff overlooking the vast desert, Kale felt a sense of belonging for the first time. The humans had shown it trust, and in return, Kale had protected and guided them. The bond between human and alien had become unbreakable, a testament to the potential for cooperation and understanding across species. The story ended with Kale choosing to remain near the humans, not as a captive, but as a companion and ally. Together, they had faced impossible odds, defeated a formidable enemy, and forged a connection that would shape the future. Zarthan, once a place of isolation and danger, had become a landscape of hope and opportunity. And Kale, the alien beast once left for dead, had finally found its place in a universe that had once abandoned it.